Hello, welcome. So today we're in r/best of Redditor updates, where there is something not quite right with the OP's girlfriend, and apparently their friends are concerned. So if that sounds like something you'd be into, then please stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Also, if you hear a lot of banging, apologies. The cats have decided now is the perfect time to have zoomies. It's like midnight. I wish they wouldn't. So, this one was shared to the subreddit by Direct Caterpillar 77, and it's titled A Friend 29M has made a serious accusation against my 27M girlfriend 26F. Yikes. I let's take a guess on what we think it's going to be. I am going to guess like affair, something like that. That's usually what it goes to. So, the original post was shared on April 27th, 2019, and says, I don't know what to think. The situation is that a buddy I've known for a few years who is dating another friend of mine has informed me that my girlfriend that I've known for 8 months is lying about her occupation. He is an EMT, and she claims to be a nurse at a certain hospital in our city. EMT buddy swears up and down there is no way she works there. This is really shocking to me. She's in scrubs all of the time. I've picked her up from the hospital she claims to work at. She has medical books all over her apartment, etc. That is very, very odd. Okay. I mean, like, hospitals are big places. I don't see that he would know everyone that works there. Like, maybe this is just a misunderstanding because, yeah, hospitals are really big places, and I would hazard a guess that EMTs only really deal with the emergency department and the staff there. I know obviously here in the UK it tends to be that paramedics only really have much contact with the A&E. You know, there are variables to that, but typically, yeah. So, how odd. EMT buddy and my girlfriend have only met once on a double date with my other friend. They did talk shop a little bit, and he's basing his accusations on that one conversation. He told me he would bet money that she had never stepped foot on the ward she claims to work in. For reference, she says she's a psych nurse at this prestigious hospital, and EMT buddy asked her which unit she worked on. Apparently, there are 2 at this hospital, the East and West unit. He tested her by asking, do you work on the north or south? And she said, north. And that she referred to patients being violent as code grey. And that is not the terminology used at that hospital. There were more small technical... Did you just hear why one cat slapped the other? I don't know if you would have heard that. There were more small technical details he claimed that she got wrong, like their nurses' station being open and not in closed spaces like that. On one hand, why would she lie about being a nurse? But also, what does he gain from lying about her lying about being a nurse? I don't know jack about the medical profession, to be frank. This whole thing makes me feel crazy. How do I even bring this up? TLDR, EMT friend has called out my girlfriend as pretending to be a nurse. I mean, yeah, that's hella awkward because it's like, do you believe this guy you don't actually know all that well because you said it's a friend of a friend? Or do you believe your girlfriend? Because that is a wild thing to lie about if she's lying. And then we have some relevant comments from the original post. Degenerate Scholar says, you can easily look up her license status by Googling nursing license verification in your state. Then simply enter her name. It will tell you what kind of license she has and how long she's been licensed in your state. If she doesn't hold a license, you have a starting point for conversation. Many people who work in healthcare facilities wear scrubs. It doesn't mean they have any direct care responsibilities. Also, she would be required to have a photo ID with her credentials listed on it. You can settle the question by asking to see her name badge. I think I'd go for the looking up her nursing credentials first, because you know her name, you know her address, you can look that up, and then you don't actually have to directly just ask her outright, hey, are you lying to me? And then obviously if it comes back that you can't find her licensing credentials on there, then you can decide sort of what to do from there on. And then Not That Platypus says, this is exactly it. I'm literally looking up my nursing professors now, and I can find all of their licenses. Yeah, you can do that in the UK as well. You can look up someone if they're a registered nurse. I only know that because my mum's a registered nurse, so yeah, you can look that up. Also, how has she said that she's gotten her nursing degree? Did she do a bachelor's program or an associate's? Like, you should be able to ask her to see her degree, and then she should have a copy. You could also ask her to see her graduation pin. Nurses go through a pinning ceremony at the end of their time in school, and most people keep their pins. I think that she's lying to you because she sees prestige in being a nurse. Nurses are considered the most trusted professionals in the US. You've definitely seen those sappy bumper stickers and memes about how nurses are angels, we all have. She will 100% try to tell you that that phone call today led you to not finding her because of privacy regulations. She might even say it's because of HIPAA. Ask to see her badge, ask for her license number. If she tries to claim that she doesn't have these things, she's making excuses. Your badge literally taps you into different hospital wings and elevators, and some places even let you use yours to tap into the charting system. And then OP replies saying, she told me she has a BSN. I can't find that she's licensed in our state. Ooh, that's not a good sign. And then Not That Platypus says, edit to add more because I can't seem to shut up today. I mean, I feel that all the time. I can't shut up. Ever. I looked up some of my classmates on the state registry who are working as CNAs or MAs, and their license info isn't showing up. I wouldn't doubt that if you'd picked her up from work and she does actually work there, she's a tech or something, and she was lying to seem prestigious. I mean, yeah, that is an option. She might have a job at the hospital. It just might not be the one she's telling you about. OP says, oh, she talks so much shite about techs. I think she'd rather die than cop to being a tech. Why? Why though? Not That Platypus says, what kind of medical books does she have in her house? Like Grey's Anatomy or like Hone and Focus on Adult Health, Medical Surgical Nursing 2nd edition? Are they books to make her look fancy or books she may have used in school? Medical books is pretty generic. I mean, if she has lied about being a nurse and she's talked shite on techs, I don't know what a tech is, by the way. I'm wondering if that is like what we would call a HCA over here. So like a nursing assistant. They're not actually a nurse. They're a healthcare assistant is what we call them. I'm wondering if maybe it's that. Is that what that is? I don't know. But why would you talk shit on them? They're just doing a job. And I feel like that makes her more suspicious in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Like, why be so bitchy? And why act... When people are bitchy like that about other people and their job roles, I think it stems from insecurity. Like, why would she be insecure if she's a nurse? You know? I don't know. Some people are knobheads, though, I suppose. Some people are just asshats. OP says, well, she has a bunch of them. I know she has a DSM and physician's desk reference. I reckon she reads them a lot because they are always on the coffee table. She has a whole bookshelf full of books about diseases and medications. And then Skittles and Whiskey 289. I bet that's a nice combination, you know. We're going off track here. But Skittles and whiskey sounds like a good combination. I don't drink much though, so it would go to waste. Call when she's supposed to be working and ask for her. If she works there, she'll answer and you can bring her food or coffee or something. If she doesn't, there's a communication error in your relationship that needs to be addressed. I wouldn't 100% be positive on your friend's knowledge due to the differences in their job roles. Yeah, exactly. And again, hospitals are big places. It's highly likely that two people could work in a hospital and never come across each other. And then OP says, she's supposed to be working right now until 7. I'm going to call. Thanks. And then Skittles and Whiskey replies, be prepared to buy her that coffee if she's working, lol. Wish you all the best. P.S. We want an update. Well, we're going to get one because this is in Best of Redditor Updates, so we're going to get one. OP then replies saying, well, I called up there and at first they thought I was asking about a patient and said they couldn't talk about them without their code. And I said, no, she works there. And the woman I spoke with said no one with that name works there. I asked about the other unit and she told me she knows everyone who works in psych. I thought maybe she goes by a different name. So I started to describe her, and the lady got upset and told me she had to go. I guess she thought I was effing with her, and I don't know what to think. Ooh, yikes. Goodness me, this does not sound good. Wandering around then says, damn, that's going to be a hard conversation. Be prepared to get backlash and redirection. Stick to the point. She's lying, and for what reason? It sounds like the end of a relationship. Can you imagine what would have happened if there was a genuine medical emergency? A very scary thought. OP then says, I don't understand why someone would go through so much effort to lie about being a nurse, if she's lying about it. I'm going to hold off on any judgment until I can talk to her in person. Good call, good call. And anyway, talking to her in person is better than just kind of like losing your cool and ringing her or texting her, because you can gauge her reaction face to face. It's easy to lie and hide the truth on a phone call. It's easy to hide, you know, what you're really feeling in your voice. It is not easy to hide when you're lying on your face. It's really not. I'm a terrible liar. I always say, people, do not ask me to lie and keep a secret for you, because I'm an awful liar. And if I try to lie, I go bright red and it is written all over my friggin' face. I am the worst liar ever. I was really shy at getting away with stuff when I was a kid. And then OOP updates the original post the next day, April 28th, 2019. Update, well, this chick is batshite insane. He's saying that about his girlfriend. Oh, wow, yeah, she must not be right then. He's gone from, like, loving partner to this woman is batshit crazy. Oh, my goodness. Mystery solved. She doesn't work at the nice hospital. She works at a not-so-nice hospital, and not as a nurse, but as a phlebotomy technician. So she is a tech. And wait, so are they like the people who work in the lab side? Is that what a tech is? Okay, maybe that's what a tech is. And then OP says, or whatever the fuck. She failed out of nursing school and is seriously obsessed. She said she got a TBI, her traumatic brain injury, her third year into her bachelor's program and was unable to finish. I may have forgiven all of that, but it's clear that she has a tenuous, at best, grasp on reality and went on a bizarre rant about how she could be a doctor, how she saves lives. She's a genius. She knows more than anyone in the world when it comes to the medical field. She claims she could perform surgery on people. Please don't. Please do not do that. Please report her to the hospital. OP, I mean, this is like 4 years. No, it's not 4 years. It's like nearly 6 years ago. My perception of time is so off. I'm still back in 2020. Like, I swear. Like, the whole getting shut in for over a year and a half basically ruined my perception of time. But yeah, I really hope that OP reported her to the hospital, because this is dangerous. Very dangerous. She said that she had healing powers, that she's the greatest person in the world, just on and on. Seriously, unhinged type shite. I had to tap out because she was really scaring me. Understandable. Don't fall asleep in front of this woman, especially if there's knives in your kitchen. I've never been in such close proximity to someone having a mental breakdown. I wasn't supposed to see her until yesterday, and I ambushed her at her apartment. Finally, I just had to leave. I feel bad about confronting her. I probably shouldn't have left her alone at all after that. I mean, yeah, but you're stuck between a rock and a hard place then, really, aren't you? Because, yeah, you're saying I shouldn't have left her alone, which, true, she does sound like she does not need to be left on her own right now, but she needs to be with medical professionals. People, psychiatric professionals. She's clearly unhinged and is definitely mentally unwell, which is really unfortunate. But at the same time, with the way she's talking, and she's just told you that she fully believes that she can do surgeries and heal people, you do not want to be alone with that person. Like, seriously, genuinely, dangerous territory. And then we get another update, May 3rd, 2019. And the post was actually posted in Am I the Butthole this time? I can't remember what it was posted in before. It'll be at the start of the video, I assume. And it was posted in Am I the Butthole saying for contacting my ex-girlfriend's estranged relatives to handle her. This is a really long story that I must condense for character limit. I hope the sense of it all is intact. My ex-girlfriend deceived me for our entire relationship. She told me that she was a very important charge nurse with a BSN and worked at a prestigious hospital in our area. Here, in reality, she is not a nurse at all, but a phlebotomy technician, and not at a prestigious hospital either. She had a total breakdown when I confronted her about all of this, and ended up getting put on an involuntary psych hold. I do not know how she did it, but she got herself released after only 2 days. What? And it's completely off the rails. I mean, to be fair though, sometimes people who are having a mental breakdown can still appear really, really calculated, really normal. Normal's a really just gross word to use, but you know what I mean. I don't know what other word to use right now. They can appear like there's nothing going on with them at all. And she did keep this all a secret, all of these weird lies a secret from this guy for like 8 months. She appeared normal as anything, absolutely fine. So, I mean, she's probably just pulled the wool over their eyes. Either that or they were really overrun in that department that day. She broke into my house? Oh, I came home from work the other day and she was in my shower. Not taking a shower, just chilling in there with my cat. It really effing freaked me out. Yeah. Yeah. She ran off before the cops came. They couldn't find her. Move house. Move country, you know, just to be safe. That is so creepy. Like just sitting in your shower with your poor cat. Legitimately, though, I really hope that this woman got help because she definitely doesn't sound like she is doing okay at all. She moved here a few months before we started dating, and I didn't know any of her family. After she broke into my house, I did some internet sleuthing and tracked down her parents and her older brother. I was able to make contact with her mum because they have a landline with a listed number. Oh, that takes me back. Landlines. I haven't had a landline at all since I've been a fully grown adult because if my phone, my actual mobile phone rings, I won't answer it. I will just stare at it and I think, who has the audacity to ring me? And then I'll wait for it to go to voicemail and then I'll listen to the voicemail, and if it's important, then I'll ring them back. I don't know what it is, but I have a really neurotic hate against phone calls. I don't know why. I told her the situation. I gave her all of the information I knew about my ex. Her mum thanked me very much. Apparently, my ex went ghost on her family about a year ago. Her mum told me that they could take care of it and just wanted her to come back home. Her brother called me very frantic shortly after I got off the phone with their mum. I talked to him for a while. He said he was flying out first thing to hunt my ex down. That was yesterday. I was satisfied and relieved with the response. How is he going to get her on the airplane if he finds her? Like, that's going to be a struggle, right? I spoke to some friends today about it and they think I did too much. What? And shouldn't have involved her family because I don't know the dynamic. They could be abusive and got ghosted for good reason. My good friend said. I would question whether you should be friends with that good friend. Honestly, I didn't think about it at the time and now I feel crappy. No. Clearly, there is a really unhinged nature to the ex. Clearly, she's not doing well in her head, and clearly, she is in absolute la-la land. People, when they're having a mental break like that, quite often run off from their families because their families will try and intervene and try and get them help. And obviously they don't like that. So they'll run off for their families. They won't want anything to do with them because they know that their families don't believe their delusions, if that makes sense. Yeah, their families don't believe their delusions and that causes that rift. So, of course, what else are you meant to do? You're not going to just let her run around being a danger to herself and others. You've got to do something, and considering the hospital, the psych ward, or wherever it is that she was on a hold, completely failed her, what else was OP supposed to do? I don't think OP at all was in the wrong for contacting them. And then the verdict, of course, was not the butthole. And then relevant comments from that post. Quid am tira, I think. Is your cat okay? I don't want to freak you out any more than you already are, but you might consider a visit to the vet to make sure that she didn't poison your cat or harm it in any other way. Honestly, my brain kind of went there too, I'm not gonna lie. OP, thank you for your concern. He seems fine. My ex always loved him, and I never thought she was capable of hurting an animal. But then I never thought she'd lie to me for 8 months or break into my house, so yeah, I'll take him to the vet. Good looking out. It's better to be safe than sorry, I think, especially after all the stuff she was saying. And then Sam4891 says, the odds are her family knows best how to help her, and it's in her best interest they know. You have no knowledge of any abuse, so while it's possible, it's not on you. You made the best call you could with the information you had for both her and your safety. Yeah, exactly. OP, her mum and brother seem like decent people on the phone, but on the other hand, no one ghosts their entire family for a year for no reason. They said she ran off right at the beginning of 18, and no one had heard from her since. Yeah, because she was having a mental breakdown. She's ran off, moved up there, and started pretending that she was a nurse and she's this, that, and the other. So she's got a history of having quite severe mental health issues that obviously went right under the radar, because why would you question that? You wouldn't. You'd just believe someone if they told you that. So my first thought wouldn't be to go to, oh, the family are abusive. My first thought would go to, oh, she had had a head turn and ran off. You know, people can have perfectly good families and they can still have a head turn. They can still have mental health issues. And the OP's only option was to go to the family because the health system isn't helping her. He's obviously scared because she broke into his flippin' house and smuggled his cat into the shower, you know, and ran off when the police were on their way. She's clearly not doing okay in the head. What else are they supposed to do? I mean, again, an abuse is a serious thing, but we can't tarnish every family spat as it being abuse, you know? If you don't have any proof whatsoever, there's no sign to me that this would be that the family's been abusive. To me, this looks like OP's ex is not mentally well and has a history of having these head turns and doing a runner, you know? But that's my 2 cents on that anyway. And of course, that is not to downplay the seriousness of abuse either. Abuse is rife and it is all over, but it doesn't mean it's the rule for everything. And we need to be careful not to become flippant with labeling everything as abuse so as not to accidentally downplay the seriousness of abuse and, you know, make it something that people just go, oh, everyone says it's abuse. Everything's abuse. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that might make sense. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. And then Perpetual Window Pane says, not the butthole. It sounds like this girl needs far more help than you can give her. Based on your verbiage, you found out from the mother that she's been estranged from her family for a year. Exactly, which is for about 4 months until they got together. So I would probably hazard a guess that her mental health was peaking probably all the way back then. It's not your responsibility to take strange, hypothetical things into account before considering your own safety. If someone broke into my house and was handling my animals, I'd do whatever I could to ensure it wouldn't happen again. And then OP replies, my friends told me that I should have let the police handle it as that's their job. Clearly they aren't doing it properly then. Because why has she managed to run off from the mental health institution, and why has she managed to run off and they've not found her yet? They think by doing what I did made the situation worse if she turns out to not be on good terms with her own family. Not just for her, but they are worried as she could retaliate against me for doing that. And let's not forget as well, by the way, the amount of times that it's on the news where someone's had a mental health crisis and the police have not treated them well, have not handled the situation well, and it has ended up in the person in the mental health crisis severely injured or not here with us any longer at all. So there's that to consider as well. I think I would prefer going the family route before sticking the police on them. Obviously, the police need to be aware to a degree because I feel like OP could well be in danger. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the family would be the better port of call, really, over her being manhandled by strangers, if the bloody police even take it seriously in the first place. And then OP on how she broke in. We live in a pretty good area and I don't use the deadbolt. Either she had a key to my place that I didn't know about, or she picked the lock somehow. She probably had a key. She probably got hold of your key one day and took it and got it, copied. I would imagine, because yeah, I wouldn't know how to pick a lock, and I don't think most normal people would know how to pick a lock.
I did go on to say I hope that the OP and their girlfriend are both getting the help they need. OP with, safety and being kept safe from their ex, and also the ex, just mental health help. Just hopefully they're getting the right mental health help. Unfortunately, the recorded part of this, it just didn't seem to work. So you get to listen to me on the crappiest microphone you've ever heard in your life. Only because I can't be bothered to go upstairs and plug in the proper microphone.
And on that note, we're going to leave it there for today. I hope you haven't been able to hear my glasses click-clacking by the way through this. I've actually put my glasses on today. I'm supposed to wear them all the time to help with my migraines, and I don't, because they annoy me a lot. I'll tell you why they annoy me. It's because if even a speck of dirt gets on them, I can't stop staring at it. I'll see it reflect, and then I won't be able to stop staring at it, and then they do my head in. So yeah, but I have a little chain on them so that I don't lose them, because otherwise they go flying off my face. And yeah, it does clicky clack, so I hope it hasn't been. I've only just realized that I had the chain on them still, so yeah, sorry if it has been. I'm not recording again. I already recorded a video that I have decided I am going to just abandon completely. It was a nice guys video, but it didn't flow right. I haven't deleted it yet, but I just know it didn't flow well, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't. I think I get in these modes where recording is just hard. It's so hard to make it flow well, because you have to stop and start. It's really tricky to make it flow. And then if I listen back to a little bit of it and it feels weird, I'm like, no, I don't like that. I'm not uploading that. It sounds shite. I don't know what it is. It's really odd. I don't know. Because I just think, I don't want it to sound crap and then it not be enjoyable to listen to, But anyway, that's just me. But yes, I'm going to get off now. If you listened all the way to the end, then I appreciate you very, very much. I would appreciate you even more if you give me a little like and a subscribe. That would be lovely, and it'll help you find your way back here as well. Other than that, I hope you have a good rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Goodbye.